Why would you do that? I think we could have closed this interview with that.
Yeah, no,
But-
it's always beautiful to start with it. Welcome to episode 7, ladies and gentlemen, of Conversations with Us. I am here with Miss Sikelelwa Vuyeleni.
Eish.
Vuyelena.
No,
Vuyeleno.
no. Yellow, no.
Vuyeleno.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know her from the ETV series. It is a series, right? So a telenovela. It's a telenovela.
Yeah.
Right
Soon
now,
to be soapy.
House of Zwide.
Boo, 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 boo.
Boo, 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 boo. You know, you're the third guest to actually say that.
Really?
So I really need to get myself a hold.
Nah, man. I think it's okay that we do it.
Dripville lifestyle, boy. We has now.
Angabufuni vibe ya uhlengisa sad ufuni cloud ya uhlengisa ma mangabufuni vibe ya uhlengisa sad.
Thank you for joining us on Conversations with Us. You know, it's an honor, it's a privilege, it's a blessing, you know. It's so weird, our link-ups most of the time. It's always work involved,
By chance.
you know.
Yeah.
Don't
yeah.
you find that those are some of like the best relationships that you've kept around you?
I think so. I think everything rooted in work in general, you know. I think it's progressive and it will never end, you know. Like, it doesn't matter how many years have passed, like, since we spoke, but when I see you again, it is in a positive light. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I shouldn't do that, no?
Yeah, probably, but it's okay. They'll understand. They haven't funded us.
Hey, man.
Fund us,
hey,
people.
Hey, do the right thing. Monetize this thing. Monetize the greatness that this is.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
no, yeah. I feel like it's always a great base, you know, for relationships, work. That
Yeah.
is. I mean, not to say that other relationships that are not surrounded by work are not conducive for
Yeah.
us, but I think it's always so dope to know that I'm growing in this process and I'm improving in this process.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Every time I'm with this person, there's something great that's coming out of it.
Yeah. No, that's really dope, man. And so how's the transition been from Cape Town to Joburg? You've been in Joburg for quite some time now.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
how's that transition been? And yeah, let's first start there. I want to ask 2 questions at the same time.
Yes, let's slow down. It's been quite interesting, really, and very challenging, if anything. It stays. I think Joburg is a constant challenge. You are literally always trying to like put out fires, you know. You're trying to create. You're trying to be the best version of yourself. You're trying to stretch yourself, extend yourself, be visible, be seen, do something, you know. Whereas in Cape Town, it's got a much more laid back approach, I feel. So even though Cape Town was very school oriented for me, it was laid back even at school, you know. And with this one, I think you can't afford to let a week pass without you like
Doing
not,
something
you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you
towards-
doing that's progressive and just in what's this word? Improving what you're here for.
Yeah.
Like, are you adding what value are you adding to the reason you are in Johannesburg?
Yeah.
I think that's what Josie has been for me. And we don't get it right every day. You
Yeah.
know, we don't get it right every week, every
Yes,
month. You know, we can
yes.
go months with like just trying to figure out, am I even doing the right thing?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Am I even
Yeah.
accomplishing the reason I am here?
Yeah.
But I think it's been and we are back.
We're back.
But yeah, to just finish off that, I just think that it's a holistic journey and it's a roller coaster. The transition, that is. Nothing has been the same, you know. I haven't had a linear journey in the city. There's times where it's really fulfilling, and there's times where you're just like, what the hell am I doing here?
Yeah.
You know? But honestly speaking, being able to see the reason you're here sort of come out and show itself and get to prove itself time and time again that, yo, you are supposed to be here, makes it that much more better. Even the down times are better because you are rooted in the fact that I am meant to be here and there's a reason I'm here. Yeah.
Shout out to that.
Hey, man.
It's very important to travel for what you want.
Yeah.
Sometimes we think, we would say, why aren't things working out, or why do I keep making the same mistakes? And it's perhaps that you're very comfortable at the place that you're at. And, you know, I think the move for you too was a thing of, I need to break out of my comfort zone. I've done the schooling, I've done the training. Now I need to go do the business and handle the business.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Something that I've found as a challenge is keeping in contact with the people from back. Sometimes out of just purely avoiding suggestions and that energy, but also sometimes it's just being bad at it because I'm just so focused on this thing that one is trying to do. What do you do when to always maintain that link?
You know, I suck at maintenance, firstly. I think my communication in general is not aligned, you know. And I think it also goes back to we're so busy doing what we're doing that, yo, man, it's hard to be reaching out and trying to, because next thing you know, you're spending time on your phone for like 2 hours trying to reach somebody or some people, and you've lost that time, you know. So time is really of the essence, and I think it's a currency, especially in the city and how things are moving. But with my important people, the people that really meant a lot to me when I was in the city, they understand me. We understand each other. I've come like far in terms of communicating myself as a friend or someone that's present in someone's life, in them understanding that, yo, this is how I feel about things, and this is how I'd like to carry out this friendship. If something is important, let's go for it. If it's not, let's not do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For example, if it's your birthday, bro, listen, You be there. If you want to shoot something, let's, you know. I remember I was doing my third year, but I was working this side. So I was doing online schooling, and there was a time where I had to go back to Cape Town, and I think advanced students, BTech students, yes. They were shooting a short film, and they were like, yo, Six, we know you do this thing, can we please have you on our set? I was like, yeah, sure, let's go, you know. So if it's something that we're both benefiting from, we're moving from, we're growing from, and we sort of sharing love, yeah, let's go. But if it's not, come on, guys, we don't have to. We really don't have to. Let's not force it. Honestly, I think that's me. Let's not force things.
Yeah. It's
maintain what can be maintained.
Happens.
Thank you.
It's gonna happen when it can happen. If it don't happen, it doesn't mean anything about our relationship.
Yes.
It's just,
thank you.
Yo, listen, man, I'm busy.
It's not that deep.
It's not that deep, man. Trying to build something, you know.
Something we might enjoy together in the future.
Exactly.
You know, so
I get you, man. And that comes with introspection.
Of course.
How important is time alone to you?
Yo, bro. For the longest time, it wasn't. It's a continuous journey of learning that and unlearning the whole thing of having people around you all the time. For the past year, my life has been very calm.
And
that
why
means
is that? There's not a lot of people around you?
Not really. I think I got into a very progressive relationship, you know, where I got to be forced to look into myself, you know, where you are confronted by the skeletons, you know, that you got, or things that you were not realizing before, just getting to learn yourself more. Because I think, honestly speaking, romantic relationships are the best things to put a mirror in front of you and say, yo, you know? Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
in my case, it's that kind of vibe where I've just really calmed down and listened to myself more, because I think I remember hearing Umalibongwe on his interview talking about at some point he had a people-pleasing thing, and I was like, bruv, you speaking to me. Because like it was, for me, I think it's like a trauma response. And I've also, in the work that I get to do, I've realized and I've pinpointed, oh snap, I know where this comes from now. You know, the awareness of how you react to things and where that comes from is something that I've been realizing a lot more, like, since this relationship, crazy enough. Not to say that I was really just a loose head before the relationship, please.
I mean, you weren't.
Yes, I was aware of myself, you know, but I think I've just gotten deeper in understanding that. So I have been spending a lot more time alone. And obviously with the person that I'm with, but just less people around me, man. Like way less people. And I'm not gonna lie, there's times where I try to fill it up with music, try to fill it up with watching some YouTube, you know, or like social media, get lost in that. But I have been so much more aware of myself doing that, that I catch myself doing, I'm like, yo, come on. So you can't spend an hour without having anything playing in the background, you know? So it's
the silence becomes too loud.
Yes, you know, so it's still a journey for me. I can't say I've mastered it yet, but damn, I see the importance of it. So much comes from that. And I'm trying to do it every day, honestly speaking, because I mean, it's not like I'm working right now, you know, or rather I am not officially employed by someone else, you know.
You're officially employed by yourself. Come on now.
Yes, please. So I'm not. I am the business.
You are the
I'm the businessman.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, I think I've been spending a bit more time with myself now. So it's a trying journey. It's not an easy one, honestly speaking, but it's so fruitful, man, and fulfilling. And I know that in the long run, I'm gonna feel way better about it. Yeah.
So amazing you use the word journey, because even in your awareness of yourself, you were aware of some things, but you had to go deeper in that journey in order to discover more.
Definitely.
You are constantly in a journey of discovering yourself. You know, a guest that I spoke to before yourself, he spoke about how every day is just a day to start again.
Yep.
Yeah, and not meaning that you start again, that you make mistakes and you're like, okay, I'm gonna start again just because tomorrow I get it. No, not in that sense, but starting again from where you worked yourself to be is all.
Yeah.
You know, so now you're just constantly growing and constantly becoming more of a human being. Man, that's amazing.
Right?
What do you think?
The journey of life itself it's something
It's
else.
incredible.
Yeah, it's sheesh, it's beautiful, man.
This is the wrong show to ask this question, but
Let's go.
yeah, no, because I've got another show that's coming up, and I'm asking you a question from that show. You know what I mean?
I see you.
But it's okay.
Crossing paths, yeah.
Yeah, but it's fine. How important is art in your life? Just from when you discovered it to where you are right now. How important has art been?
Yo, that's a really good question, because we live by this thing, and I think people don't realize it as much, or they don't zoom into the aspect. But when I wake up, probably majority of us, the first things you do is consume art in one way or the other. You know, it's either you switch on your TV, you put on some music, you watch something, you know what I'm saying? So we are constantly moving around art. So when I feel like it's been a part of my life without even us realizing, or like being, saying, okay, well, that's art. You know, I'm consuming art right now. So I think it's something that's never not been important. It's always been important, right? It's just now us being aware of it and getting into the space of realizing, okay, cool, this is what I'm doing now. I'm consuming art, and you are doing it consciously, right? So I think since I realized it, and I think I could say since I stepped or realized that there's this acting thing in me, then I discovered, oh snap, art was not just visual art or people drawing, right? It was deeper than that. There are many forms of art, right? So even in that, my consumption of art or being around art or doing art has extended to an extent that I'm not only thinking about my acting or listening to music or doing music. I'm tapping into fine art spaces now because the circles are changing or circles are getting extended, on a journey of collecting art and actually seeing art as an investment right now, you know. So it's getting better. It's getting refined, you know, by the day. The palette is
becoming more and more,
man, you know.
It's becoming richer.
Yes, so
more
I think,
exquisite.
yes, you know, level things. literally, that's exactly the level I'm at right now, and it's dope, man. It's so beautiful to be a part of this life right now and be a part of this art, because I think daily, something new is out. Yeah. Some new artist is discovered. Yeah. Some great musician is discovered. Yeah. So I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it here. And I'm growing in it, and also my expertise in it are growing. So yeah.
And it's even helped you understand your brand more. Tell us about the brand.
Amen.
Of Sikelelwa Vuyeleni, journeying into SiksLense. Yeah, I'm dope. I know.
Sips tea. Literally. So there's differences, right? Yeah. There's Sikelelwa Vuyeleni, which is the brand herself, like alone as a separate entity. And I think the acting also falls under that. Yes. Yeah. And obviously because of social media and we're discovering ourselves and discovering things we like and we're sharing it with the world. I love fashion. I love looking good. I think a lot of us do. Yeah. I even like dream about an outfit, dude. Like that's how, But I think also it's at my own pace, at my own, you know, vibe. I'm not trying to compete with nobody or like get to someone's level or whatever. Yeah. And also fitness is part of my brand right now because I'm understanding the benefits that it comes with, and the lifelong journey that it needs to be. Yes. And yes, a part of that is film as well, because obviously I'm an actress and I'm also a film graduate, which then takes me to SiksLense, right? And how SiksLense got to come about. SiksLense is a new production company, a very, very young baby of mine. The vision behind it is us giving you a sixth sense through the lens, right? Hence SiksLense. Yeah.
Sixth sense through the lens.
Yes, sir. That's that's the vision behind it, and I'm still working, you know, working with my team in trying to really refine and get to exactly what that is. Right, like really define what is that sixth sense, right? Trying to find the purpose and actually center it around that. And it's a journey, you know. I'm not trying to rush the process and get to a point where we're like, we're doing this now, and not, you know, we're still really discovering as to what is our strongest aspect as the company. But more than anything, what we're trying to do is provide an alternative platform to creatives, and also give an opportunity to film graduates or creatives that, because it's hard getting a job in this industry.
There is no jobs anymore.
Exactly.
There are no jobs anymore.
So
who do you know? Who knows who?
Exactly. So I'm trying to at least cut that gate crashing. What do you call it? Gatekeeping kind of vibe. Yeah. I'm trying to open up a space where we can.
You're trying to create
do our
your
own thing. Yeah. I mean, trying to get my own yard. You know what I'm saying? So that
your own White House, man. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So that's what we're trying to do with that, and just give platforms to people that want to tell stories, man, with different concepts and whatnot. And it's a journey. It's a journey. We're growing daily, and we're trying to tap into spaces that can fund the creative aspect of things. So it means that even in us being creatives, we need to understand that for the creativity to really be executed, we need to have the money.
Yeah.
You know, so if it means that we're doing corporates, let's go.
Let's go.
So that
Let's
corporates
do
can
that.
pay for
Yeah.
what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So we do need to also be able to be fluid enough to sacrifice in such spaces where we're not just filled with, I want to be creative, I want to make films, I want to do, and not
Sometimes you gotta do the corporate
Of
gigs.
course.
And you know, I think that mentality that you've gotten to, has been helped by one, like you have notified Uguti, you spend time by a lot. You're learning to spend time by yourself. Also understanding yourself as a brand.
Yeah.
You know, but also seeing beyond the acting.
Yeah.
The dream that got us here.
Bro.
The dream that got us here was, I want to be the best actor anywhere around the world. You know? But the journey tells you, you gotta spread your wings. You know?
Yeah.
And you realize, damn, you're a business, like you said. You're a business, man.
Tango.
You
Literally,
know?
yeah.
And you are now at a point of you've created SiksLense where you are still again in the journey.
Yeah.
This is all you by yourself, or not by yourself, but in your in your own self, trying to understand yourself and becoming greater.
Yep.
How has your psyche, keeping sane of your psyche, developed when you were first just trying to be the actor, to now understanding that I'm actually founder, co-founder of SiksLense. So those are two different mentalities, which require two different approaches of keeping sane.
Totally.
How has that graduated you keeping yourself
sane? So I like the fact that you first say a founder or co-founder, because really I think it takes a village, you know. The person I'm with right now has a lot of influence in terms of even realizing or even taking the action of, you need to open this business, right?
Yeah.
Because for the longest time it was something in the mind, you know, that conversation with the mind, like, at some point we gotta do this, right? So it's a big part of the business aspect of things, and that's been opening me up more to that as well. But yes, definitely I think the psyche changes, you know, with the different spaces that I find myself. And I was one happy-go-lucky person, you know, in my life at some point, and I was very proud about that. But I didn't realize that I was suppressing a lot of things and a lot of emotions that needed to be processed, right? It's okay to feel down. It's okay to feel like you can't do this or confused or whatever, you know. Thank you so much. It's okay to feel those things, right? But it's not something that you can or you should stay in. It's not a downer that can last forever. You know, you can get up and try again even when you're feeling down. You know, get that thing done. Like when you're an actress or an actor, there's a point of dependability that you get to have, right? Where you are expecting to receive all the time, and you know that the only thing I'm doing is acting. You know what I'm saying? But really, you know, I'm gone. Like, let's go. But action, this is my thing. You know, you're very rooted in the understanding of this is what I can do, and I can do it best. But then, outside of that space, you realize, oh my God, without a job, who am I? You know? So those are questions that I've had to ask myself and understand and delve deeper into, realizing, hey, Baba, no, you're too dependable in this thing. You are so dependent on having a job that when you don't have a job, your life doesn't make sense anymore. Or like, days are not the same. It's just like, yo, bruh, what am I doing today? You know, so having the SiksLense aspect of things now come into play, I'm able to say, even without the acting jobs, my life continues. And I've got a bigger purpose that I need to live for, to learn for, to get better for. The knowledge needs to extend, you know. I need to think like a business now. I can't be thinking like I am an employee, you know. It means now I need to move around differently in spaces and really believe in myself, because I can act like I believe in myself as an actress. But now when it comes to the entrepreneurship side of things and being a business, it means, we're buying into what you're saying and what you're doing. You can't fool us. You can't fool your way around this one, you know? So it just meant I need to lament myself and understand, you need to believe in what you're doing.
Yeah.
So that what you do can be believable itself, you know?
Oh my God.
So it's been those kind of thoughts in my head, trying to keep sane and be rooted in the purpose of why I'm doing what I'm doing, and continuously getting back to that whenever I feel like I'm losing, you know, my path, or like I'm getting off the tracks, because life is lifing, because adulting is a real thing, you know what I'm saying?
Adulting is a real thing. They need to teach it at schools.
Bro, please, we need it. We need it as a course,
subject.
bro.
It's a subject called adulting.
Because what is this? You know, so I think adulting is not a joke, but we definitely can't give up. And one thing I've been realizing is that do it with the pain, like do it tired, do it fatigued, but also really be able to know when to do that and when to not. So the awareness of, I can push myself. It's like when you're at the gym, and you have 4 sets, and on the 3rd set you're like, hey, maybe I can miss the 4th one, but you know that you are your own person. In your mind, you know, but you have
4th set.
Exactly, you've robbed yourself of getting better. So when you see yourself in the mirror 5 days after that, you're like, if I could have just had that one more set, maybe this part could have, you know. So it's those things, but also understand that, hey, I'm tired today, and I think if I push myself any further, I might just burn out.
Crash.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I won't be able to
go back again. Exactly. So it's just navigating around those things daily, knowing that I can't do this even if I'm not feeling like it, but there's a point where I need to stop, you know, so that I can continue.
The awareness is crazy,
Yeah,
right?
man.
That you discover through that whole journey, and even discover, in the journey of understanding you are building something SiksLense, you know, you're building something that in years from now, you know, you want to be able to have people that you are giving opportunity to, like you're saying, you know, and those people are going to be dependent on you to feed the people that are dependent on them. So again, it goes back to the importance of being understanding yourself, growing yourself, and being able to spend time alone. Because the greatest ideas, this is what Chris Rock said, is like the greatest ideas come in your alone time. You know, and it's scary, the alone time, because that's why we play music a lot more, because it's loud in the mind.
I'd rather just be rapping to Drake instead of,
the silence is loud.
Exactly.
You know, and it's so profound, and it's amazing that, you have been able to keep it together through the naysayers, through your own self-doubt, your own bully, that is within you. You've touched on it a little bit, about how the person that you're with right now helps you in terms of, navigating and having a lot of other questions that you ask yourself. You've also spoken about how SiksLense, having that has also allowed you to be less anxious when it comes, to
the down times.
Yeah, the down times. What's his name? Malibonga Mdwaba. He says that in your time of waiting, wait well.
I love that.
You said something earlier about it's a trauma reflex.
Yeah.
How have you now managed your trauma reflexes through this journey that you've spoken to us about?
Sure. Again, it's one of those. It's by each encounter, right? Each encounter comes with its own way of dealing with it. But I think it's in the mind, where you can identify the thought process taking place, and you have to get back to yourself and say, but you know that you've had this chat before, right? And in you having the chat, you've gotten to find out that it's not what you think it is, because it's not that same situation that you were in at the time, right? So therefore, how you deal with this should be differently and according to what is happening and not what
happened.
Exactly, So basically, always trying to navigate around being aware of your thoughts and being able to switch off those thoughts when you, it's a mental game, bro. It's a mental game. So if you feel like your first reflex would be to shout, at this person, right? Because, dude, you just hurt me, right? And the thing about it is, a person that you love would never intentionally hurt you. There's that. So firstly, it's being compassionate to that extent of understanding that the basis of this thing is love. And there's no way that I'm just chilling there and ready to hurt you at any given time. Yes, in your past, maybe somebody did hurt you, said the same thing or said a similar thing or similar situation happened, and it hurt you, and you realize that, oh snap, this person really did mean to hurt me. It doesn't mean that this is the same thing. So navigating those thoughts with yourself before you make that response or you react a certain way are so important. So I'm constantly trying to think it's not always coming to me, or it's not always about me. I must stop and think, maybe this person is just not okay today. We're so quick to take things into ourselves and be like, oh, to me, stop. Half the time it's not about you. And if we're taking it into a general, nobody cares. Nobody cares, bro.
Right, actually nobody cares.
Exactly.
Nobody cares.
So we care so much about ourselves that we think
everybody cares.
Exactly. But you realize that you don't care about other people, and
you only care about yourself.
So
if number one is okay, not saying you don't
yes,
love or you don't. It's just like, sometimes hold on.
Exactly. Right.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And again, I think the common thread through this conversation has been self-awareness.
Yeah.
Being aware of yourself, being aware of who you are.
Totally.
What do you say to people when they ask you, or when you ask yourself, actually, because there's never people that ask this question. What do you say when you ask yourself, yo, Six, in 20 years, dog, where you at now?
Where am I in 20 years, yeah?
Yeah.
Damn. I actually recently wrote down a letter to my 30-year-old self.
Ooh, nice.
So this is obviously
years
later. Probably
years
a decade later, from that. Sheesh, man, I'm just seeing myself in such a peaceful state, firstly. A place where I control what I can and don't what I can't. Where I'm just surrounded by love, by family, by friends, and I have done such meaningful and impactful work and continue to do so, living a healthy lifestyle in my big, beautiful household with my beautiful family. It's just being able to wake up every morning and decide what to do, because I will have the freedom, because I would have worked that hard to make that a reality for myself and the people that are around me. And just rooted, man, steadily rooted in the knowing of self and self-development and gratitude. Yeah.
Gratitude.
Yeah. And just surrounded by
people
art.
Aren't grateful.
Bruv.
People lose things because of not being grateful.
So I don't know what I was listening to, but this person was talking about how we Oh yes, it was Unozi, this lady called Unozi on Instagram, and she was saying that because now they're at a stage where they think about getting or like sort of being a family or making a family or whatever, extending their family. It means that they need to think about moving into a bigger house, right? And all of a sudden, after having that realization, the house that they're currently at has become an inconvenience, right? You're no longer seeing the blessing that this house was 7 months ago, for example. You know, you are looking into the future and what you want so much that you're forgetting what it is that you have now in the present. So how are you to get yourself to that part if what you have now is something that you don't appreciate? So what you say, like, bro, gratitude, guys. It's so important, that thing of waking up in the morning and understanding that even being up today is something you can't take lightly.
Yeah.
You were seen by a mighty power and graced with another day, another chance, another opportunity. Some people didn't wake up. Some people had plans.
Yeah.
Like, we always think that alarm is the God. If the alarm goes off, there's days where you
don't hear the alarm.
Exactly.
So what happens in that particular moment?
Exactly.
When you don't hear the alarm and you ask yourself, oh my God, what happened? I always hear my alarm. Today I didn't hear my alarm. Sleep is the cousin of death.
Danko.
So
So be out here, yeah? I think we need to really like deeply root ourselves in gratitude, man.
Yeah.
It's so easy to get lost.
Yeah. My last point, because I'm probably gonna, it's getting loud.
Yeah.
I've been here. Do you think gratuity and being present goes hand in hand?
They have to. They have to. I mean, we can't be floating in gratitude of what? Nothingness. No. I think, yeah, sure, you can be grateful about the past, you know, but it's so important to be, like, for right now, we are chilling in a beautiful restaurant in Melville on a weirdish day. I got here and there's
Heat.
Yes,
Whatever
heat, warmth, it's fireplace situation, and I'm having green tea instead of coffee. Like, you living your best life there with your drink as well, and there's this platform.
Non-alcoholic drink.
You know, yes, there's an appetizer there. Soda vibes, hate soda, but let's go. I'm not judging you, but
I hate soda too. Like, today's workout is gonna be a very heavy one.
Okay.
So,
I mean, if you even make it to the gym at this point, but
No,
let's
I
go.
will.
You have to. You have to.
couple of hours. Discipline.
You have to, right?
Consistency.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Please do what you need to do. So I feel like gratitude is constantly a present thing. Honestly, I think gratitude itself is present and presence. You know, because we're sitting here and we are living our best lives with this platform. This is great. You know,
Shout
you're
out.
living in an answered prayer right now. You know, so I think we constantly really need to remind ourselves to be more grateful.
Living in an answered prayer.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We get so lost in moving forward that we forget to realize the present moment. And it's not an easy thing to do. It's not. It's constantly having, again, that awareness, having to constantly be aware of what's happening.
Yeah.
Being present means being aware, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And then that gets you to that gratitude state of snap. I'm having green tea right now, whereas maybe last year this time I was having Coke.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you understand
Yeah.
the difference and the benefits that green tea has compared to Coke in your
Yeah,
life, you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
So little things like that for me, I think, really encourage us to be present and be filled with gratitude in our moments daily.
Yeah. Shut up, man.
If anything, in the morning, wake up, be grateful. If you forget during the whole day, you know that at night you can do it as well.
You can still be grateful.
You know? Yeah.
Every waking moment you can be grateful.
Exactly.
Whatever time you recognize, oh, it's okay. No, this time actually I just feel like being grateful right now, and just be grateful because of this present moment, because you are living in an answered prayer.
Danko.
Sikelelwa Vuyeleni, ladies and gentlemen. That brings us to the end of episode 7 of Conversations with Us. Join us next time. I am Stingo Ngobese. Till next time, peace!